I'm calling an expert in the field of testosterone.
Hey.
Hey. Damn.
What up, Spin?
Yo.
I was calling one of my buddies who's like huge he participates really heavily in all the steroids, like
Nice.
the trends and the Zens and the Altoids and the, just all of it.
Yeah.
And I want to ask him like what the needs are. What the servicing needs are of once you're on that shit. Like how high it goes up.
They're elevated.
Yes, elevated. Really quick, just a quick update from yesterday's show.
Oh fuck.
This just caught me totally off guard. I didn't wait. Oh no. That's the wrong account. This totally caught me off guard. I didn't see this coming at all. Totally out of left field after last night's show and after Kushi Stoltman wife made a post on Instagram. Who would have thought this would be coming? She posted today on her story, "I'm overwhelmed with the amount of support I have received the last few days. Many of Luke's friends have offered to come over and service my needs."
Oh, dude.
Okay, I made that part up. "It means so much to me. Each and every one of your messages has brought me some sort of comfort. My whole world has been turned upside down, and I need to try and rebuild a new life for us and be the best mother I can for my child. I will be deactivating my account this evening. I need to focus on my mental health for the sake of my son, and this has been extremely traumatic. Lots of love, Kushi." No shit. Wow. I thought that post with 1,300 comments was going to help your situation out. What do I know? What do I know? I thought publicly letting the world know that your husband blasts dudes and women behind your back. For some reason, I thought that was going to help. Okay.
Do you think she blasts women?
Pardon me?
Do you think that they are swingers?
I do think that they are swingers. That would be my guess. I'm willing to bet like $500 that they're swingers and it went awry.
If for any reason she knew that he was just, they're like cool with it, like they were doing that, then her post is messed up.
Yeah. Here's what I think happened. I have no evidence of this whatsoever. I think that they fucked other people together and he fucked someone without her being there and it hurt her feelings. I mean, I have no evidence of that.
What do you think Tom's thinking right now? That's his name, right? Tom?
No, Luke. Brother. Tom's the brother.
Tom's the brother.
What do you think Luke's thinking?
Oh, you know what? PFAA might have me blocked. I didn't know. Oh no, I didn't even know anyone.
You have a verified account. They can't do that.
Oh, they can't?
I'm kidding. They can't.
Oh. That'd be the first person I think who's ever blocked me. I think Luke is tripping. I think Luke and Tom and Sinead, Tom's wife, and then the Holtman's brothers' accounts are erasing any negative comments because everything's really positive over there. I'd love to have Luke on the show and handle the situation with compassion and understanding, and maybe if he really did smash Miss Peacock, I would love to see some video of that. I'm not a big porn guy at all. But I am curious from like the National Geographic perspective of what it looks like when a strong man and it'd be like watching two rhinos fuck. You know what I mean?
I'm not a big porn guy, but I've shot some.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be cool to wouldn't you like to see two T-Rexes fucking?
No.
I mean, wouldn't that be just crazy? How did they do that?
I wouldn't want to see that. You should have that guy on from earlier, though. Ask him that question.
About T-Rexes fucking?
Yeah, just see how long you can last on this show.
Oh, yeah, that was a great clip, right?
What is it you said? Something about licking a butthole or...
I said, dude, have you read the Star Report when he interviewed Monica Lewinsky for looking into the Bill Clinton stuff? And he said, not in a long time. I go, dude, it talks about how she ate his ass in there. And he's like, well, I got to go pick my kids up from school.
That was good.
Okay. So there's this organization. Hold on. It's my buddy. Hey, dude. Can anyone hear me? Okay, I just got a quick question for you. Hey, when dudes are on like tren and just like all sorts of crazy drugs, like those strongman dudes, does their libido just skyrocket? Like, do those dudes have to be serviced like crazy?
What do you think, Spin?
I think the answer is yes.
But you don't think if you get on all that stuff, you don't think the chances of you cheating go up? Oh, okay. Okay. So it's a cascade of events.
I disagree with that, Roman. Just the amount of times, not what it takes.
Oh.
It's very similar.
Perfect. Okay, awesome. Thank you. No, I'm not gonna quote you. I'm gonna quote you, but not by name. I'm not gonna say who I got the info from. Okay, thank you. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Okay. Very interesting. 100% increased chance, but a new component added to the story. This person told me that when you take performance enhancing drugs, the other thing is you're cheating, so cheating becomes okay in everything in your life. Like, wow, that's an interesting psychological profile. Okay.
That's all you have to take away from that? All that and that's it?
Well, everything else is exactly what I said. Although he did say, hey, tren's not the one. He said if you take a shitload of testosterone, it will not only rain pussy on you, but you will be able to accommodate all the pussy. He said people know. He said girls just know. They just know. They just sense that there's an alpha in the room and it just rains pussy on you. And the more you take, the more alpha you get and the more pussy rains on you. And then he says it's just, and he also said the psychological profiles is if you take that stuff for vanity, it's even like those are the people.
Which are the people?
Those are the ones who are like more susceptible to cheating as opposed to those who use it for just like performance enhancement.
That's probably why they started taking it in the first place.
All right. Enough of this testosterone talk. Kushi, good luck to you. Luke, good luck to you. I hope that you're able to, with a few hours of therapy, are able to save your marriage. Marriage is a very sacred, whatever. Okay. PFAA. It's the Professional Fitness Athletes Association. I think most of you are familiar with what it is. It's Brent Fikowski looking for a new job, trying to take control over the safety and some of the guidelines. He wants to put this fitness competition thing. He wants to organize it and put it into a box using a safety as kind of the outline of that box to capture it. And he wants to run it. And they were galvanized by the fact that Lazar Jukic died at the CrossFit Games this year, and work off of people's emotions to kind of galvanize support. And they made those demands of Dave getting fired and two other abstract demands. I don't even remember what they are. Does anyone remember what they are off the top of your head? Oh, here, is this them?
Right there. Nope, down one. Down two.
Yep, okay, fire Dave, an independent safety team, and transparency. So they want transparency from CrossFit independent safety team, and they want Dave gone
Or what?
from the sport.
Or
Okay.
or what?
Or Brent will retire.
And the
He
face
said that already.
and the face of the PFAA was
You're saying he'll be back. He'll be
Annie-
back. Sorry.
Annie Thor's daughter, Brent Fikowski, Taylor Swift, Fee Sagaffi, Dina Swift, Leverine Engelbrecht, Patrick Vellner, Royce Dunn, and Victoria Campos. Those are the were the faces of the PFAA. They're putting their reputations on the line and their name on the line for those demands. Okay. And then this happened. What is this? So I haven't been following any of this at all. Mr. Spin, what can you tell me what's going on here?
So all 9 names you just read off were part of the current athlete board of the PFAA. So there's voting members. Essentially, you have to be a CrossFit Games athlete. There's a few other ways to be in there. IF3 champions. You can be the next in line of a semifinal, or I think you can do really well at like Wadapalooza or Rogue or whatever. And so they served that board for 2 years. And so I guess they're doing a whole new election to get a new board for the next 2 years. And so they put this out 2 days ago, talking about what's going on with the election.
And have they, so there's a board and it has Annie and Brent on it and the others and Fee. And then below them is the PFAA organization, which is this group of people. And to be part of that group, or could anyone be a part of the group, but only certain people can vote? Like, could I join the PFAA, but I just can't vote unless I went to Wadapalooza or the games or whatever the criteria is? Or when you say voting member, that includes just all members are voting members.
The PFAA is only for those who are elite individuals that fit that criteria. So last 2 years of CrossFit Games individual experience is pretty much
by the athletes for the athletes.
Okay, so there's no distinction between voting members and members. If you're a member, you're a voting member.
Correct.
Okay, and you have to be like, there's some criteria threshold of how good you are, and how can OPT be a part of it since he won the games in 2007?
I think it was a 2-year cutoff, if I recall.
Yeah, it's only 2 years. So like,
okay,
Rich couldn't do it, Frazier couldn't do it based off of this.
Okay,
it could probably be like some type of advisory executive group because there's some coaches that are part of it, like Kotler. Who else? Carolyn Lambre, a few others.
They could be members.
They can be, what do they call it? The advisory council. Lambre, John Singleton, Kotler, Max.
Do you remember the time where they all ran a competition and it was just the best competition ever?
Who?
PFAA?
Kotler, Lambre, Fikowski.
Oh yeah, that one was amazing.
It was just the best event I'd ever seen.
Jeez,
it was so good.
Yeah, it was awesome. Okay, this advisory council. Okay, so now there's 3 bodies. Thank you, Spin, for bearing with me here on this. The advisory council. How do you get on the advisory council?
I think at this point you just said you want to be on the advisory council, but I don't know.
And the advisory council somehow works with the athlete board?
Yes.
So the advisory council, is it we don't even know the significance of it other than it being names that kind of may throw weight into any decisions the PFAA or demands they make.
I think they just raise their hand and say they want to be part of it. Is my guess.
But I'm just trying to see where they add value outside of like some great intellectual contribution. The only reason why they add value is so if when they demand that Dave step down from sport, they somehow have Kotler's and Miss Lambre's.
It's like the Care Bear stare.
Support.
They're more powerful together.
Right? Is that what it is? It's just a catch-all.
No, use the correct term. Care Bear stare.
Care Bear. I don't know what that is. Is that from the Care Bear movie?
They all grab hands and they just blast Dave with their hearts.
Oh. I cannot believe the depth of your knowledge of the Hollywood movie scene.
And that is not Hollywood.
So does that? I mean, would that be a fair assessment, Spin? You think?
I guess. I mean, again, I don't know how.
I don't see their relevant.
all
I don't understand the advice. So okay, we'll come back to the advisory council. I'm going to give that a little bit of.
This is the PFAA right here.
That's the advice. Oh, that's the advisory council.
Yeah, they're blasting him with their heart. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, so these voting members. So you sign up somewhere. Are you automatically a member? You know how like Mormons, like if you die, they just look up your genealogy.
No, no. So all of the rookies of this year all received an invite at some point to become a voting member. So it's not like you're automatically on it. You can decline it, which I know of people that have.
Okay, so you become a voting member, and then do the voting members vote on anything besides who's on the board?
I don't think so. I think you're basically, it's almost like this athlete board is like Congress, and you're electing Congress to go vote for you on your behalf. You may be able to go tell them what you think, but you're not going to get you don't get the vote after that.
Okay, so the voting members are kind of the weight behind they basically put their names in the hat, giving authority to these board members, and the current board members were Fikowski, Annie, Fee, Royce, those guys.
Right.
And so they've made those demands. Do we know anything more about those demands? Have they retracted them or changed them, or has CrossFit responded to them, or has anyone said? I mean, I know my organization has responded heavily. Have any other organizations responded to them?
No, silence. All sides.
I have some notes. I wonder if I can find them. I said it on a call and they didn't know about it.
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay, I can find my notes.
And do these members have to pay money to be a member?
I don't believe so.
How does this PFAA thing generate revenue?
Oh, all discourse is to be had privately, said the PFAA. We must be united to the public, said the PFAA. That was on their call. So you won't see any discourse had publicly. That was my first note.
And so does that imply that the members would then get together? Let's say the PFAA let's say the board wanted to insist that competitions only use nylon ropes. Would they then hold a meeting with their advisory council and their members on a giant Zoom call and get feedback from them? And that's what they're referencing that would be private?
Possibly. Basically, I think the athlete board that's being elected would be in most discussions. I think occasionally they invite voting members, the rest of the group, to jump on a Zoom call. But I don't know how much input they take or how open that dialogue is. I will say there's not a list of voting members that is public to even those inside the PFAA.
Okay, so that list is kept private.
Right. So if you're just a voting member, you don't know if the person next to you or the person you're competing against is in the PFAA unless you've seen them on a call or they've told you. They don't publish a list, and that's been communicated during this whole nomination process for this board.
Here they have a slide that says eligible voting members are identified. We talked about that, how they're identified based on their activity and level of skills in the last 2 years. Eligible voting members are then invited. Then voting members, if you accept the invitation, then the voting members elect the board of directors, and then that board makes decisions to advance the PFAA's mission and goals. The athlete board selects executive committee to run day-to-day operations. Oh, interesting. Is that executive committee also within the chosen from the board?
I have no idea. on their page, they have an executive team, and that's Mitch Bragg and this Grace Paulus. But I don't know if there's anybody else.
Okay. And they're not on the board. So our first thought would be the executive committee does not work on the board.
They're lawyers, right? That's kind of their thing.
I think at least Mitch is. Maybe both. I'm not sure.
Is one of them a BlackRock guy?
That's good news. They're well funded, and they own some stuff.
Is one of them a BlackRock guy? That's what I heard.
Stefan disappears. We know why now.
They disappeared him.
Yep.
Okay, so PFAA has no. They don't do transparency. They just demand transparency.
Yep, that's what I heard first and foremost.
Yes.
Okay, and then based on the knowledge, we have, the executive committee is not chosen from the board. It's outside the board.
Like that strongman's wife, like also cheating on him and like just blasting her husband for it.
Right.
That's the equivalent.
Right.
Holy shit, she's been cheating on him too.
I know this couple where that happened. The husband was accusing the wife of not being honest, and then the wife found out the husband was cheating. It was crazy.
That's what the PFA is when they say things such as that.
So Grace Paulus worked at BlackRock from June of 2002 to April of 2020.
Wow,
that's a while.
18 years.
Yep, managing director.
That's older than some games athletes.
Maybe she got fired because she didn't believe in the ESG score. The executive committee the executive committee executes and facilitates communication back to voting members. Okay, so when the board, they're basically secretaries for the board. So you have the board, you have Annie and her team, and Brent, and then they do shit. They have secret meetings, and then in those secret meetings, the executive community takes notes and then feeds those notes back down to the voting members.
Which makes sense because Grace Paulus is the one setting up all of the calls that were yesterday to go through the election of the new board. So she must be one of the executive committee people.
Okay. And do either of you guys recognize either of their names from CrossFit, like owning an affiliate or?
Like is Grace or the other dude? No.
Yeah, you don't recognize them. Not to say that they don't, but doesn't pop off at you as.
No, Mitch has signed up for the Open before.
Okay.
How do you do? Let's judge him.
He signed up for the Open. I'm not sure.
Okay. I'm gonna say it doesn't really matter whether or not they're in CrossFit.
Okay, so they posted this, and then what action? Do we know what actions this board plans on taking, and or have we seen any nominations for the board? Do we know who they're voting on?
Yeah, I found that out.
Oh, would I go over to the spin?
Yeah.
Well, shit. Okay.
You can go to Instagram or the website. Either way.
Okay. I will go to the.
Your desk is so clean, Spin.
I clean up for you guys.
It's not just always like that.
No.
Hey, you want to know how I knew my ex-business partner? Whenever I go to his office, I'd go in there and he had a standalone Mac, and that was it on a desk. And I'm like, "What do you do all day?" Bro, I got all these emails to answer. You look at his desktop, and there's one thing on the desktop.
The left one. The left orange one is.
What's this one in the center here?
That was telling everybody that there was revealed and make them go to the website. And then a little bit later, I put it on Instagram.
Okay. So, and here, so there's no slides here. PFA athlete board nominees revealed. Oh, how do you get nominated?
So you can nominate anybody else of your peers that might be in there, even if you don't know that they're part of it, which that's been communicated.
So the voting members nominate people for the board.
Right. Or you can nominate yourself.
Okay. So the PFA athlete board nominees for this year, when does the voting take place?
It started yesterday and it runs through Sunday.
Okay. All right.
So this slide deck I got, it was actually in the link to go vote.
Oh, okay. So this is actually what the members saw themselves.
Yes.
Okay.
What's crazy is when that first Instagram post came out from PFAA, I started asking around and nobody knew what was going on. I said, have you voted?
I love how you're the way of transparency.
I said, have you voted? They're like, I don't know what you're talking about. Am I supposed to?
Oh
I'm like,
God.
Have you gotten any communication? Finally, somebody said, no, there's an email that there's going to be some calls tomorrow. It was in my spam folder. Others had checked their spam folder after I found that out. They couldn't find it. And that's why I think Brent put his video out yesterday saying, hey, check your email. You should have it so you can go vote.
How long was the nomination, the window for the nomination process?
There's an email sent out October 16th for nominations due by October 25th.
Okay.
My understanding is they sent out another email yesterday morning asking for additional nominations.
Wow.
And as you go through this list, you might realize why.
So this might not be all the nominations.
Maybe.
So when did this slide? Oh, this slide deck came out a day ago, but even up until a day ago, they had sent out another request for more nominations.
And again, I don't know if they really accepted it. The issue is you'll see there's 6 nominations here. And there were 9 people currently on the board.
Oh,
8 plus Brent. So.
Oh, so that means all of these people are in.
I had the question asked to me, like, what happens if people say no?
I have no idea. Say no to what?
Because if
they don't accept their nomination,
basically what you had, the way to vote is they had all 6 of these people and it said yes or no next to each of them.
Okay.
You could say yes. You could say yes, no. I don't know what the threshold is it over 50% say yes, you're in? Like what criteria that is?
They might check beforehand saying, hey, you've been nominated. Do you want to be on the ballot?
No, 100%. Yes. I think that's what this, like, you'll see their little couple paragraphs of why they want to do it.
So basically, okay, so you think they wrote these?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. So basically what you're saying to me also is that if there's currently 9 people on the board and there's only 6 nominations, that means, and we assume that all 9 are up, all 9 seats are up, that it's not rotating every 2 years, all 9 seats come up. What you're saying is that these people are going to be the board members, probably, if it works like other kinds of voting. If you're uncontested, you're just in.
Unless everybody says no to you. But I think it's going to be just people are just going to say yes and move on.
Yeah. Okay. Who is this chick? That's a good question, Matt.
Christina Leviticus 10:16 from Africa, Oceania.
She was second in the African semifinal this past year.
Don't care.
No wonder she's so tan. Athletes need someone.
I don't care about what you said, Spin. I don't care because she's from Africa.
Athletes need someone or something to speak through, and I believe PFAA is the best to provide that foundation. If we don't speak together, we cannot be heard. Our individual voices don't mean enough in isolation, unless you're Rich Froning. Athletes in the Africa region feel pushed to the side, as they should, and are to the side like they are less important. You are less important. I recently moved to Australia, but lived in Africa almost my whole life. I still compete in the region and understand the African athlete experience firsthand. I can help to elevate those athletes' voices while also supporting the development of the sport for everyone in all regions. Push to the, Danielle Brand. Wow. Danielle Brandon. She looks like she's on crutches there. As someone with a sports background outside of solely CrossFit, I believe I bring unique perspective as a professional and how I view the sport. It's important to look at all the angles when making a decision, and I can advocate from a different and very transparent perspective that makes more athletes feel heard. I will also give free rad shoes to all the voting members. I'm not afraid to speak up in order to spark ideas, and on the other hand, express concerns that can be hard to talk about.
That part about rad shoes is wild. She's campaigning.
Hey, listen, you got to bring what you can bring. Mr. Jake Douglas, the Trap Man, Oceania. What if let's say just saying, what if someone pops for steroid use? Do you still get to be in the PFAA?
Why do you say that while Douglas is on the screen?
I don't know. It was an accident. There's nothing there. It was a coincidence. Do you know about that? What the rules are? Do you have to be in good standing with the USADA, UWADA, UMAMA?
I would guarantee you, I would bet my life that there is not anything written anywhere that accounts for that.
Spin, do you have any? I apologize for Hiller is great with his editorial. Do you have any facts?
No, all the all the bylaws, all of the different rules are all secret.
Okay, then we'll go with what Hiller said. It's not in there.
Lots of transparency.
Our sport is so young, it's just logical that athletes' experience matters in context.
Check. I'm tired of hearing that. Strike that from the record. Our sport is not young.
Okay. Experience matters in context to I wish I could draw a line through that. Experience matters in context to building and growing the sport. I don't even understand what that sentence says. We are the ones on the competition floor racing through movements. You are. That's correct. We are the ones fans go to watch.
Correct.
This gives us validity and having say about what happens on the floor.
Incorrect. All it does is it gives you validity about whether or not you want to go on the floor. You don't have to. No one has to. No one's forcing you.
There's just a word here missing. We are the ones going on the CrossFit HQ competition floor. We are the ones racing through the CrossFit HQ movements. We are the ones that CrossFit HQ's fans have come to watch. This gives us us validity and okay.
Hey,
fine.
Dude, with what you just said right there, that would be like a bunch of former football players or washed up or about to be retired football players being like, we don't like the NFL football, so we want everyone else to use a different one now. Like we think it needs to be smaller. Our hands don't fit. Like, well, hey, bro, we invented this shit 100 years ago. It's been working just fine.
There was a competing organization. I don't even know if you were born yet, Hiller, but Trump was part of it. It was called the USFL. They had so much money. They took Heisman Trophy winners. They took the best players. Failed.
All right. It's like World's Strongest Man versus what's the new thing? There was another one.
You got to be careful. You got to be careful, like getting ahead of yourself. You got to be careful what people are actually going for. You know what I mean? Like once again, there's no mention of the affiliates. Like if they were like, we're the owners of 80% of the affiliates, then I would be like, okay, now you got some weight. But like, you have no pooling power. No, whatever HQ does, the fans, which are the affiliate people in the affiliates and the affiliate owners, that's where they're going. I think about this just like any other job where occupational health and safety matters. The health and longevity of athletes is an important element. We can work together to create better futures so more athletes to make and sustain an income from the sport. By the way, I never think about my occupational health or the safety for my personal job. Just sitting here talking
the
shit.
integrity of this roof is just no good anymore, but I don't care.
Although when I did see the size of Tom Stoltman, I didn't want to say anything crazy. I mean, if he was my neighbor, I definitely wouldn't have done the whole piece.
Hey, he said something in there about, can you go back? It was something about financial. What was the last thing he said?
Longevity of athletes is an important element, and we can work together to create better futures so more athletes. Oh, I don't think this is a sentence. So more athletes to make and sustain an income from this sport.
Yeah, that's typo. That's Australian. In the meeting that I sat in on, they said something, and it was, you know who was there and talking quite a bit? It was that Brooks dude, Katrin's guy. And I don't know if he's one of these executive members or whatever, but he was talking quite a bit, and he was talking with his perspective from playing in the National Hockey League. And I don't think it was him, but it was one of the non-athletes who had said, you guys are making the CrossFit Games money, and you also need your piece. I took a note on that and put it in quotes. So I just thought that was interesting.
When we would make these documentaries in the early years, we would spend a fucking fortune on them. And instead of the athletes saying thank you so much for every fucking you guys working tirelessly to promote us, they would say shit like that. Can I get a piece? And they would get their agents involved. I heard a story the other day. I'll tell you really quick. I heard a story of an athlete in the early days who signed up with a company, and the company offered him a small amount of money to be an ambassador for that company every year, and gave them equity in the company. And 2 years later, this athlete got a agent, and the agent said, hey, this is bullshit. This isn't enough money for this athlete. And they got into a fight and ripped the contract up, and that athlete went this way with his agent and lost equity in the company and lost the small little amount of money he got from that
because of the agent
company every year because of the agent. Flash forward now 15 years, and that equity, this athlete is broke, and that equity is worth $1 million.
The agent strike again.
Oh my goodness.
Whenever I say agent I think of the Matrix. It's an agent.
And that agent still is still around,
Ruining everyone's life.
Okay. Yellow Hosta. Oh, one of my favorites. Love Yellow. Fuck, Yellow's awesome. There are, I don't know why there are in brackets.
Probably because when he wrote it and they copied it, it just said R, and they had to add the air there.
Okay. There are things I would like to see improve in the sport. In context of being on the board of the PFAA, a more complete season with more competition options and additional pathways to qualify for the final stage, a control group for competition organizers to guide programming, ensuring well-balanced, effective tests and standardized movements criteria for every exercise, accessible in a database for all competition organizers. Athlete safety is a top priority.
It's damn good they're going to be adding those one-off competitions to qualify. Yellow's going to be pumped.
That they're going to be adding what?
They're going to have online.
Oh,
qualify for the games all online, or go win a competition.
Yeah,
he's going to be pumped. He doesn't need the PFAA.
Yeah, you got what you wish. Hiller's just granted that. There will be many ways to get to the games this year.
No need for the PFAA. You can revoke your membership. Is it like a Costco card?
I don't know what this means. Athlete is a top priority. Dude, I wonder if they do get cards. Spin, do they get cards?
I don't know. It'd be pretty cool if they did.
Yeah.
Life size, like full giant things.
Okay. Athlete safety is a top priority. It's so vague, right? Because like F1 racing is so fucking dangerous, and it's just in. Yes.
Members only jackets.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Orange leather.
And yet there's so much money in F1. I mean, I know they try to make the cars as safe as possible, but the sport is just so fucking dangerous, right?
How many people die in F1? Like enough?
I don't know, but you're just one accident away from having your shit obliterated, vaporized.
The movie Gran Turismo on Netflix is sick. And there's this scene where they're going up this hill and the car basically just starts flying because the course wasn't safe enough. It was going like 200 miles an hour and the car's in such a shape where it basically turns into a plane and the dude gets nuked.
Is that a Clint Eastwood movie?
No, it's a car movie.
Oh. What am I thinking of? A Gran Torino.
You are, yeah. He's just an old dude sitting on his porch that whole movie.
Patrick Vellner, a staple in the CrossFit space. Everyone knows him. Canadian gentleman, father, lots of experience, never won the games, but finished high many times. Appears to be at the end of his career after watching him compete at Rogue.
People were telling me he was sick. Have you heard that spin? He was sick at Rogue.
Yeah, he started talking a little bit about his first day and kind of get that impression.
Oh, no one died in F1, but someone died in F2. What the fuck is F2?
One more than F3.
One less than F3. The motto "Don't talk." The motto "Don't talk about it, be about it" has always stuck with me, and it pretty much sums up why I want to continue to be involved with the PFAA. And he does talk a lot. He's been very vocal consistently throughout his entire career about things that don't sit well with him in the CrossFit space. I'm grateful for but he has not taken his level 1. I'm grateful for, and he's proud of that. I'm grateful for the opportunities I've had competing in this sport, and I want to work as a group so there are even more opportunities for athletes in the future. I can't thank Greg and Dave enough for what they've created.
Something about it just doesn't sound right. Like it wouldn't have been said in this announcement piece.
Victoria Campos return. So her and Vellner are the two returning members.
Yes.
I would like to continue to serve on the board of PFAA to represent South American athletes. My peers may not be very vocal, but I know many want to see the sport grow. Sometimes language can be a barrier, or they do not have the right platform to talk about it. I would be able to bridge this gap and work together with everyone at PFAA to grow the sport worldwide in a way that supports all athletes. So none of them. So that's all of them.
And
so
they're going to do that by doing thrusters and burpees for everyone to see.
So none of them are actually saying anything.
Clarifying what they're not saying.
I would like here. This is. I would like to continue to serve on the PFAA board to represent South America athletes. Okay,
like
got it.
Last time, maybe.
What?
Like, what did you do last time? It's kind of like.
Yeah, then she could follow it up with that sentence. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. What I've done as a member is this, and I would like to do this.
In my 2 years there, I've learned to navigate the delicate landscape of communicating with socialist cucks from Canada. Like that would be good. Took me, you know.
That'd be something.
Yeah. And then this thing about the language barrier. Okay, I get that. But then my peers might not have the right platform. Like, I want to know, what do you want? Like, what's like just somewhere I want someone to say something. A Yellow Hosted did when he said Yellow Hosted did, I think was the most when he said basically he wants
more opportunities.
More opportunities, but the big takeaway for me, what he said is he wants there to be movement standards. And he wants there to be a library, and he wants some things to get solidified. Like, NFL always has the same playing field. There's some things that they want pinned down. Like every rope will be made of this, and it will be cut here, and legless means this, and everyone, you know what I mean? Non-legless means this. Like this is what an air squat looks like for all competitions. He wants some continuity.
Hold up.
Yeah. What?
Did you see the NorCal Classic most recent, maybe yesterday post? It's totally worth coming up with off of the back of the Yellow Hosted statement. They want a book, and if you go to NorCal Classic and you click on these potential movements for their online qualifier, it's a pretty neat post. I really enjoyed it. There's a bunch of underscores in there. It's like
Northern California.
Oh yeah,
there it is.
And it's the white one. Yeah. What's your guess? So this is crazy, and it's like this is Yellow. I understand what you're saying, but you might want to nuke the sound. Yeah. See this? What do you think about that, Sevon? What do you think about that?
What do I think about the movements?
Yeah, these all have the potential to be in the NorCal Classic online qualifier.
Yeah, I mean it's their event. They should do what they want to do.
Isn't that the same thing for the CrossFit Games? It's their event. They should be able to do what they want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
exactly.
what PFAA is saying and what they've said
also,
in the past is that they only want new movements to come out at the games.
And
that is one of their things.
They want to know what to do and how to practice. And the comment section is what's nuts. The comment section is make it CrossFit. We're getting too far away from what CrossFit is. And what Yella is saying is he wants something that everyone knows exactly what it is forever. It's like, well, that's not what CrossFit is, almost by definition. And
the unknown and unknowable?
By every definition. Look at all of them. You're not supposed to know. And you see this and like the comments, people think they have it figured out, and the athletes are all like, we demand this and that. It's like, it has to be a wall ball just like this in order for it to be a CrossFit movement. It's like, well, fuck you, Jillian Michaels.
Hey, I do like that wall balls from the knees was very interesting.
Yeah, I agree. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And Colton would be nuked by that.
And I don't know, maybe it would level the playing field for him.
Hey, and Chris, whether or not it's gay, because it's totally kind of gay, but it is still CrossFit. Maybe CrossFit's kind of gay.
Exercising is gay.
Sure.
That's why we do it.
I am a fan of Russian twist.
I'm a fan of gay. Hey, this one right here is the only one I have a problem with. I'd like to see them, if they did that, I'd like to see them jump over something that enforces that they have to jump over it. You know what I mean? Like a straddle bar or something, like, you know what I mean? A gymnastics bar or something. But other than that, I'm okay with it.
Traveling double unders are kind of crazy.
Yeah, those are crazy. Yeah, I'm okay with all that stuff. If they had all that stuff in there, I'd be fine with it.
And if what they said is true, like you'd never have the dumbbell implemented. Like there'd be no dumbbell cleans in 18 point whatever, maybe it was 17 point whatever. There'd be no burpee box jump overs.
Hi, I'm doing a podcast.
You are? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm almost
That was
done.
fast.
Are you on your way home?
I'm on my way home, yeah.
Okay. I love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
See, that's like I show my values there as the president of the PFAG. Family first. It's family first. It's family first. All right. Okay.
What does G stand for?
I don't know. A professional fitness athlete group.
I understand the acronym. But I don't know what the G stands for.
I wrote it down. Hold on. PFAG. Someone told me in the chat the other day. I forget.
Professional fitness athletes
Group.
Gagagoo.
Who told me what it was? I forget.
Group. Brady Libby's group.
Oh, group. Okay, thank you. Professional fitness athlete group.
I like group.
Yeah, it's inclusive.
Group is cooler than association. Association sounds gay, like CrossFit.
So Spin, there are some questions. What are they going to do? What will the new group be saddled with? What happens to the old group? What does the actual advisory council do? How many athletes are in it? Or how will they follow up on the demands? What will they do with the 3 vacant spots? How do they generate revenue? What's Fikowski's role going to be? The rumor is that he's actually pulling out of competition moving forward so that he could focus full time on PFAA. Still no mention of the affiliates in the community. Strictly, strictly it's just all about athletes. Still so much unknown, right?
Yeah. No, we don't know.
We don't know. That could be the name of the show. PFAA. We
won't know until they post to Instagram telling us what they're going to do.
Okay. And then who does the board have a leader? Does it have like the president of the board?
So Brent is the president of the athlete board, but he is not a nominee, or you cannot vote for him.
So
I
once
don't know what he's doing.
So once they get this board together, they'll do that. They'll assign a president or vote for a president.
I don't know.
I wish they would have blocked you.
So the voting members, I'm glad they didn't. That would be rude. The voting members don't decide what position you hold on the board. They just vote on the board as a generic board.
Yes.
Brent is not head of the PFAG. I am the head of the PFAG.
Wow. What's a POG?
Professional Ass Whisperers Group.
No. It is a fat with a PH ass white girl.
Is it?
Yeah. Urban Dictionary.
Look at all these negatives.
Wait, what is it? What say it again? What is it?
Fat ass white girl.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
That's awesome. I prefer Dump Truck Hottie. I think it has a little more je ne sais quoi.
Nice Northern Spirit jacket, dude.
Thank you.
Sweatshirt. Nice. Represent.
It fits really well. When they gave this to me at the West Coast Classic, I thought it was going to be garbage. It's actually really nice. It's really, really nice. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys.
Hey, what did we learn?
That there's some motion there. There's some moving around. They're playing musical chairs over there. And
that's not good.
They're playing musical chairs over there. I am curious why I'm very curious why Yellow Hosta would be involved. I think for his
games athlete,
he's just too good to be involved. Do you know what I mean? Like he's
Pet and Brent aren't good.
They're not anymore.
The rest of them are
their windows
to be qualified.
Go ahead.
I would say Yella, what he said in his little statement there is almost identical to what Brent would say.
Oh, interesting.
Talk about it, be about it.
Right? Like he
No,
wants
that was
positions.
Velma.
He wants the movements to be outlined.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's identical.
I just think that Yella like Dallon's not involved, and I get it. Like you should, like, if you're gonna be a professional athlete, you should have your head down and be fucking getting at it.
Do you think like Rich would have been involved?
No.
How about Matt?
No.
Tia's not involved.
No.
Tia speaks about it. They shared some
and
post
Pat
of
would
hers.
say, "Don't talk about it, be about it, you fucking tweak."
No winners are going to be involved in it.
Tia, the underdog.
I mean, Adler sent his mom to the
Mrs.
advisory.
Adler's there. Oh,
Mrs. Lambre. Yeah.
I'm like, damn, what a thing.
Khalifa, yes, that's correct. That is correct.
Oh, jeez.
Khalifa ran over a woman pulling a car. What does he care about that? You remember that?
Yeah.
OC throwdown?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Did you know this spin?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Spin knows all. Okay. Anything else? Let me just ask you while I have you here, Spin. I noticed that there's been a little bit of blowback on your Luke Stoltman post. Is that just normal? Like every once in a while there's a post in the crowd. I mean, it's not crazy.
How dare you give away public information for everyone else to see?
It's wild. You know, you share a medical examiner report with an address on there and people get all pissed off.
It's 3 clicks away.
Yeah.
Anyone can find it.
You share anything that's not that TO1 and people start getting angry. I lost 97 followers because I posted the results of the election poll that I had on election day last week.
Oh, in your story?
Yeah. Didn't say anything other than, hey, here's what people in CrossFit said they would vote for. And
I'm so happy I don't care about any of it.
Right. So no, it's fine.
Neither do you, though. It was just, yeah, people do. People are so stupid.
This is really shocking to me that your P score one has the lowest amount of likes. That's really weird to me.
But a lot of comments.
It does.
Tyler and David Fikowski's coach got into both of the posts.
Did you hear? I know you heard it, Spin. Seven. Did you hear Tyler go off on Spin's show the other day?
No, was it good?
He's so proud.
Yeah. I need to clip it and put it out there. He got fired up.
Oh, dude, I can't wait for him to see David in person.
What is this? Is Gridley Grig Championships? Is this what John is doing?
Yeah. So on Sunday we do the spin cast watch along, and so we're going to do the same thing for the Grid Championship on Sunday, but we actually get to put the stream into our YouTube feed.
Oh shit! They're going to let you do that?
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome! Congrats to the Grid. That's rad. What time is that Sunday?
3 Eastern, so noon your time.
God, I wonder if John's going to say anything that's going to get him kicked out of the Grid before he even got in.
I think his strong woman comments back in the day did not make some people happy.
Even over at the Grid?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Hooper?
No. When he made the comment about the strong women.
He
because they have some of the women, some of the teams obviously have strong women. Not saying that they're strong women competitors, but they are probably skewed to that side. I've heard that they're not always.
That's so silly. I want to go hang out with them. I want to record those interactions.
He said they were fugly.
They definitely haven't done themselves any favors.
Here's the thing, with all of this intersectionality happening in sports these days, there's men and women, and with this controversy of men participating in women's sports, it really is true. The statement is true that strong women really is the first open transgender sport. because part of the protocol of becoming a man is to to increase your testosterone, and they're openly doing there, and it should be embraced. I think it's more accurate to call it. I don't think that they have a women strong. They don't have strong women. They have strong men, and then they have the tranny strong tranny. I think that's accurate, like scientifically speaking. It may not feel good emotionally or intellectually to say it, but factually, it's.
Well, what are they all mad about? They're mad because John said that he doesn't like strong women, and he doesn't like how they yell.
He finds them unattractive.
Did he say that? Is that like direct quote
of what John said?
Yeah, they're unattractive.
He made a comment. No, he said, "I don't care. I don't like. I don't not like what you do. I don't like what you look like."
Yeah, I don't like what they look like either. Like,
you're not allowed to say that about people,
right?
Well, they can say it about me.
I don't like what you look like, killer.
That's cool.
And that is what they did. They attacked, and that is what they did. They fucking attacked his looks.
Yeah, that's what Hooper did.
That's exactly.
Hooper called him the fucking dude from Big Mouth.
Hey, why does Hooper the only one that looks normal? How come he's like, of all the strong men and strong women, how come he's the only one that like doesn't like scream like when you see his face, I'm on some sort of fucking crazy drugs?
He probably hasn't been on him as long.
He has a normal forehead. He hasn't aged 1,000 years. His body just looks like he eats a box of cereal every morning. I mean, he doesn't look anything like those other guys or those women.
Clock said what I said. He hasn't been abusing drugs as long.
Wow.
They'll get him. He's also a freak. So I mean, he's winning by a landslide. He's a genetic responder to all the drugs he takes. So I also wouldn't be shocked if he just is a more attractive human being in general. Doesn't age like the rest. He's like a redhead.
Or he used to be a woman.
No.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Andrew Hiller.
That one.
All right. Spin, thank you. There you go. There's your update on the PFAA. We'll continue to bring you the musical chairs that is the PFAA. We'll also see you tonight for live broadcast watching the Tyson fight.
Who's Tyson fighting?
Jake Paul.
Caleb Williams. And
Jake Paul is going to knock him the fuck out. I'm sorry, Mike. Sorry. I don't want to.
Do you think you could beat a 60-year-old man in a fight, Sevon? All right, 70-year-old man.
I want to fight like Adam Schiff and Schumer. I want to fight like some of the guys, like those guys. I want to fight like Merrick Garland, like the current Attorney General.
You think you'd be hip and steel in a fight?
I don't know. I'm guessing not. How old is he?
67, 68.
He's really fit. I don't know how aggressive he is. I mean, like,
very aggressive.
I can move and punch and shit. I mean, I would pull his hair. I'd pull him to the ground by his hair if it went down. But I don't know. I'm not afraid to fight.
I think you could whoop up on him. I think Avi would probably disown you as a father if you couldn't beat up a nearly 70-year-old man.
Please join in your local affiliate.
I'm Ron Reibel. This is my wife, Stephanie.
Hello.
Member of Copper Top since November 2021. October.
I'm Jess Ladina. I've been a member at Copper Top since April of 2021. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Joseph Johnson III, member of Copper Top since May of 2023.
I'm Emma Whitaker.
I'm Michael Whitaker.
And we have been members at Copper Top since August of 2023. That was awkward.
My name's Dan Vivian, Copper Top member since November 2023. Don't know what to do with my hands.
I can still hang with younger guys doing push-ups.
Snatches and anything shoulder to overhead. It's just my jam.
Muscle ups, which I know is hard for you to hear.
Power cleans and snatches. The Olympic lifts.
The deadlift, I just can't believe sometimes I can lift that much.
And I like rolling. Hit 100, and if you don't, then there's a penalty.
Handstand push-ups, they make me feel like I can conquer the world.